the founder of one of India's biggest business conglomerates, has died at the age of 86. Thousands gathered in Mumbai to pay their respects. Tata was described by India's Prime Minister as a visionary business leader and philanthropist.
Ratan Tata's stepmother reveals the rumors about him are true. Ratan Tata, one of India's greatest business leaders, has left behind more than just a legacy of success. He left behind shocking truths. But why would someone so admired hide so much from the world? Let us uncover what Simone Tata has finally decided to reveal about her stepson's strange side that has a whole nation scandalized, the unexpected side of a famous leader. So let's dive into his life story. He was known all over for his smart leadership and kindness. He was the head of the Tata Group, a big business name not just in India, but worldwide. Despite being in the spotlight, he kept his personal life pretty private. That was until his stepmom, Simone Tata, decided it was time to share some unexpected news that has left even his biggest fans shocked. Before we dive deeper, it's clear that what Simone Tata shared is more surprising than anyone ever thought, and this won't be the last revelation to leave you stunned. To understand the new info, you need to know more about his background. He was born on December 28, 1937, into the Tata family, which is a big deal in India. They have a huge influence on the country's business and economy. Growing up, he was part of a legacy that was all about shaping modern India. However, his childhood wasn't all smooth sailing. His parents, Naval and Sonu Tata, split up when he was just 10 years old. This breakup really affected him because his mom wasn't around much after that, which was tough on him during those important years. People say this tough time made him very independent and a bit guarded. A big change came when his dad got married again to Simone Tata. She came from Switzerland and was an entrepreneur herself. She would later play a big role in the Tata business by starting Lakme, India's first cosmetics brand. She wasn't just a stepmom, she became a major part of his life. Their relationship was based on mutual respect and support, which is pretty rare for stepmom-stepchild relationships. He went to some of the best schools in Mumbai, like Campion School and Cathedral and John Connon School. These schools are known for educating some of the smartest minds in India. Even as a kid, he showed he was hardworking, humble, and very determined to make it on his own. The split of his parents and the expectations that came with his family name shaped his personality a lot. He became more private and focused on his work. These traits stayed with him when he started working. He was very private about his personal life, but worked hard to keep his family's business going strong. But now, as Simone Tata starts sharing more about his life, we're getting to see a side of him that not many knew about. Let's talk about his path from being a student to leading a big business. He could have just used his family name to get ahead, but he chose to earn his success. He started by focusing on his education, which set the foundation for his views on business. After finishing school in Mumbai, he moved to the United States for college. He went to Cornell University and started studying architecture, but soon switched to business because of his family's background in it. Cornell opened up his mind to new business ideas and leadership styles, which he brought back to India. In the early 70s, he even went to Harvard Business School to learn more about managing businesses and leadership. His time there was really important. It taught him a lot about being a good leader in a world that keeps changing. These lessons helped him shape his own style of leading, which was all about innovation, good ethics, and focusing on people. When he came back to India, he was ready to tackle new challenges. But instead of just stepping into a big role in his family's business, he started at the bottom. In 1962, he got a job at Tata Steel in Jamshedpur, which wasn't an easy office job. He wanted to learn everything from the ground up. He, a major name in India's industry and a famed philanthropist, has always stood out for doing things differently. Even in the early days at Tata Steel, he was not just the boss's son, but a real worker among others. He tackled basic tasks and wasn't afraid of hard work, learning every little detail about how the steel industry operates right from the ground. His early work wasn't easy, but his determination made a bigger difference than people thought. Working his way to the top. The steel plants were hot and tough, but he ran machines, talked and worked with other employees, and saw the challenges they faced daily. This way of starting his career was unexpected for someone born to lead the Tata Empire, but it laid the foundation for his leadership style, leading by doing, earning respect by being involved, not just by having a title. After showing what he could do at Tata Steel, he took on important roles across various Tata companies like Tata Motors and Tata Chemicals. Despite his high position, the beginning of his career wasn't easy. Inside and outside of the company, people wondered if he could live up to the Tata family's legacy, set by his great-uncle J.R.D. Tata, a charismatic leader who had shaped the company for over 50 years. Some doubted his experience, questioning whether he was ready to handle such a big responsibility. However, he believed in hard work and steady progress, sticking to his path without being swayed by doubts. One of his first major positions was as director of Nelco, National Radio and Electronics Company Limited, a struggling part of the Tata empire at the time. Although the market conditions meant that he couldn't turn the company around drastically, his approach of modernizing and being open about what the company was doing began to make people notice him. He faced tough situations head-on, and this resilience helped to build his reputation as a leader to watch. By the late 1980s, he had established a solid reputation within the company. His early years were marked by toughness and a commitment to modernizing the Tata Group's diverse operations. He knew the world was changing fast, and for Tata to stay ahead, it needed to evolve and try new things. Still, despite his early successes, there were many in the company who were not sure he could fill JRD's shoes. Over those years, he quietly worked on proving his worth, showing he had the vision and humility to guide Tata into the future. His rise to the top was not just about smart business moves. It was about bringing a new kind of leadership to Tata, mixing old traditions with fresh, bold steps forward. Holding the Tata name brought big expectations, which paved the way for some surprising developments by the time he was ready to lead. In 1991, after years of proving himself in various roles, he was appointed chairman of the Tata Group, taking over from J.R.D. Tata. This changeover came with skepticism, as many in Tata wondered if he could really step into the large shoes left by his uncle. At that time, Tata Group was a huge conglomerate with over 80 independent companies, each doing its own thing without much coordination. He saw this as both a challenge and an opportunity. His first big move as chairman was to unify these companies. He aimed to make Tata's operations smoother and ensure all parts of the group shared common values and goals. But changing the old ways was hard, and many senior executives resisted these new ideas. Despite this resistance, he stayed firm, convinced that without these changes, Tata would fall behind in the global market. One of his initial focuses was to update Tata's company culture. He pushed for more openness, responsibility, and a focus on technology and innovation. He encouraged new practices and nurtured a spirit of entrepreneurship within the group. His vision was clear. Tata needed to shed its old image and embrace a future driven by worldwide competition. Under his guidance, Tata started making bold acquisitions that defined his time as leader. One of the earliest and biggest was buying Tetley Tea in 2000. This multi-million-dollar deal was a landmark because it was the first time an Indian company took over a major global brand, boosting Tata's profile internationally. He didn't stop there. In 2007, Tata Steel made international news when it bought the Anglo-Dutch steel company Corus for $12.2 billion. This was the largest acquisition by an Indian company at that time and pushed Tata Steel into the ranks of the world's top steel producers. This move was risky, but showed his commitment to making Tata a global powerhouse. Just as his leadership was growing, he took bold steps that surprised everyone, taking big risks for a bigger vision. Then in 2008, another huge deal happened. Tata Motors bought the iconic British car brands Jaguar and Land Rover from Ford for $2.3 billion. This move not only saved these well-known brands from potential failure, but also significantly raised Tata Motors' position in the global car market. Throughout his career, he has shown that being a leader isn't just about giving orders from a high office. It's about understanding your business from the bottom up, being part of the team, facing problems head-on, and being bold enough to take risks that can transform not just a company, but an industry. His path shows that a mix of respect for tradition and a willingness to innovate is essential for lasting success. At that time, many people doubted the decision to have Tata Motors, a company known for affordable cars, venture into the high-end car market. Critics thought Tata was stepping into an area it didn't understand. Yet his vision proved correct once more. Under Tata's management, Jaguar Land Rover didn't just manage to keep going, It actually did really well, becoming one of the most profitable parts of Tata's business. His way of leading was unique because he dared to make bold moves while sticking to honest business practices. He pushed the Tata Group to grow worldwide, but kept their long-standing dedication to helping society, a value that the Tata family always held dear. He believed a company should aim to do more than just make money. It should also have a positive impact on society. During his time, Tata companies continued to support education, healthcare, and projects that helped rural areas. This earned them a lot of respect for their contribution to social causes. He may not have been a loud or flashy CEO, but his actions were loud enough. He led by setting an example and was respected by his employees for being humble, honest, and focused on new ideas. Unlike many leaders who only think about quick profits, he looked at the big picture, always trying to prepare Tata Group for a challenging future. As he turned Tata Group into a big name internationally, he faced many challenges, both from inside and outside the company. However, he never strayed from his core beliefs in innovation, honest business, and doing good for others. His time as chairman changed the idea of what it means to be a business leader, not just in India, but around the world. Through every business deal and bold choice, he proved himself as one of the most forward-thinking leaders in the business world today. But recent insights from his stepmother suggest there was much more to him than what the public saw. He is famous for transforming Tata Group into a global business leader, but his impact goes beyond just business. He was deeply committed to charitable work and addressing social issues, making sure that the company's success also helped society at large. To him, business and doing good were connected, a belief passed down through generations of his family. His charitable work covered many areas, including education, healthcare, and helping rural communities. One of his major efforts was in education, where Tata Group and Tata Trust, some of India's biggest charitable groups, offered scholarships and funds to Indian students. This helped them attend top schools around the world. Besides giving money, he also focused on bettering schools and learning conditions, especially in poorer rural areas. His dedication to healthcare showed he understood that a country can't succeed if its people aren't healthy. Tata Trust started many health projects aimed at solving problems faced by India's rural folk. They set up hospitals and worked to improve the health of mothers and children and to fight malnutrition. An important project during his leadership was the Tata Memorial Hospital, a leader in cancer care that offers treatment at a low cost to many people each year. More than his business success, the way he helped people shows the true impact he had, how one leader helped shape society. He also put a lot of effort into improving rural areas, believing that India's small villages were key to the country's success. Through Tata Trust, he launched projects to improve access to clean water, better sanitation, and sustainable farming methods. These efforts not only raised living standards in rural areas, but also helped lift whole communities out of poverty. For example, after the huge tsunami in the Indian Ocean in 2004, Tata Trust provided quick help and long-term support to the affected areas. They did similar work after the Mumbai terrorist attacks in 2008 and other disasters. He believed in giving financial help and using Tata Group's vast resources and expertise to rebuild lives and infrastructure. For his huge contributions to society, he has received many big awards. Among these are the Padma Bhushan in 2000 and the Padma Vibhushan in 2008, two of India's highest civilian honors that recognized his leadership in both business and charitable work. On the international stage, he has earned honorary degrees and awards for his commitment to ethical business and his charitable vision. Through his efforts to give back, he showed that true leadership is about more than just making money. It's about lifting up society and making lasting changes. His legacy is not just the global businesses he built, but also the lives he improved through his generosity and care. Yet behind his public role as a philanthropist and business leader, Ratan Tata's personal life stayed private. His stepmother's recent revelations hint at more personal aspects of his life that were not known to the public. What has she revealed that has surprised everyone? We'll explore that soon. Ratan Tata was known to the world as a corporate giant and a giver, but he kept his personal life private, which added to the public's fascination with him. Despite being a prominent figure, he chose to keep his personal stories and experiences out of the spotlight, maintaining a private persona that intrigued many. Ratan Tata always maintained a low-key presence, which was quite the opposite of how visible his professional successes were. He only stepped into the spotlight when it was about his business ventures or his charity work. This behavior reinforced his reputation as a man deeply rooted in his principles, but not interested in the fame that often accompanies such stature. People close to him characterized Ratan as a private and introspective individual. Even in the business circles, he was selective about who he let into his close group, choosing only those he truly trusted. Despite his reserved nature, Ratan was known for his warmth and his ability to make genuine personal connections. His friends and business associates often spoke of his sincere kindness and humility. They admired how he treated people with great respect, regardless of where they came from or what their status was. Outside of his busy professional life, Ratan indulged in several personal interests that kept him grounded. One of his lifelong passions was architecture, a subject he studied at Cornell University. He had a keen eye for design and was closely involved in the architectural initiatives sponsored by Tata Trusts, making sure they met his high standards for beauty and functionality. In addition to his love for architecture, Ratan Tata also had a great affection for cars, particularly classic and luxury models. This interest reflected his appreciation for meticulous craftsmanship and precision. Although he led a life filled with responsibilities, he always valued simplicity. Unlike many wealthy individuals who flaunt their riches, Ratan preferred a more modest lifestyle. His approach to life was understated, focusing on his work and living a humble everyday life. Ratan's love for animals, especially his dogs, showed a softer side of him. He often rescued stray dogs, and many of them became a regular presence in his office. Despite his reserved demeanor, Ratan's leadership qualities and personal integrity gained him immense respect, both in India and globally. However, as his professional accolades accumulated, the curiosity about his private life grew, making him a more captivating figure. His stepmother, Simone Tata, was among the few who knew him well, and her recent disclosures might shed light on the more personal aspects of a man whose legacy extends far beyond his business achievements. Sadly, Ratan Tata passed away a few days ago, on October 9th. Driven by grief, his stepmother broke her silence, stunning everyone with new insights about the man we all thought we knew. Is Ratan Tata's legacy truly as spotless as we thought, or did his stepmother reveal something deeper? Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.